At 65 years old, this man had nothing. No business, no savings, no pension worth mentioning. Just a $105 Social Security check and a recipe for fried chicken that he believed with his entire soul was special. Most people at 65 are planning retirement. He was about to start the hardest journey of his life. He got in his car, drove from restaurant to restaurant across America, and asked the same question over and over. Will you sell my chicken recipe in your restaurant? The answer was no. Then no again. Then no again. 1,009 times he heard no. On the 1,010th attempt, someone finally said yes. That man's name was Harland Sanders. Today, you know him as Colonel Sanders. And the company built from that one single yes now sells chicken in over 145 countries every single day. This is the story of how 1,009 Rejections built one of the most recognizable brands on earth. Promise. Today, we're not just going to tell you Colonel Sanders' story. We're going to break down exactly what allowed a 65-year-old man with no money and no business background to survive 1,009 rejections without quitting. Because here's what most people don't understand about rejection. It's not the obstacle, it's the entrance fee. By the end of this video, you'll have 4 lessons that will completely change how you handle no for the rest of your life. And you'll understand why your age, your failures, and your bank account right now have absolutely nothing to do with what you're capable of building. Let's get into it. Lesson 1. Your past failures are not your final chapter. Before we talk about the chicken, you need to understand who this man was before he became the Colonel. Harland Sanders. Father died when he was 5 years old. At 5, he became the cook for his entire family because his mother had to work. By age 7, he was already an expert at Southern cooking out of necessity, not passion. He dropped out of school in 7th grade. He lied about his age to join the army at 15. After that, he worked as a railroad fireman. A lawyer without a license, he was actually disbarred, an insurance salesman, a tire salesman, and ran a ferry boat company that failed. By the time he was 40 years old, Harland Sanders had failed at almost every job he had ever attempted. Most biographies skip this part because it's not glamorous. But this is the most important part of the entire story. He was not a natural genius who got lucky. He was a man who failed at job after job after job and kept trying anyway. By the time he found fried chicken, working at a gas station in Kentucky, he was not a beginner with infinite hope. He was a man in his 40s who had been failing for 2 decades and refused to stop looking for the thing that would work. The lesson here is brutal but important. Your resume of failures does not disqualify you from future success. It is simply the research phase nobody told you about. Lesson 2. Mastery takes longer than you want, and that's exactly why it works. In 1930, Sanders started cooking fried chicken for travelers at a gas station he operated in Corbin, Kentucky. He didn't have a restaurant. He served food on a table in his own living quarters next to the station. For 9 years, he experimented. 9 years. He tried different combinations of 11 herbs and spices, over and over. Adjusting, tasting, failing, adjusting again. He eventually discovered that pressure cooking the chicken made it crispy on the outside while staying remarkably tender inside faster than frying, and far better than anything else available at the time. By 1939, his recipe was good enough that people were driving for hours just to eat at his roadside spot. The governor of Kentucky gave him the honorary title of Colonel in 1935, not for military service, but for his contribution to the state's cuisine. Here's what's easy to miss. The world only met the secret recipe after 9 years of invisible, unglamorous refinement that nobody was watching or rewarding. This is the part of success that influencers never show you. Not the 11 herbs and spices, the 9 years before anyone cared. If you are in your 9 years, right now the unglamorous repetition phase where nobody is clapping, understand that this is not a sign you're failing. This is the exact phase every legendary product goes through before the world ever sees it. Lesson 3. Rejection is data, not a verdict. Now here's where the story gets almost unbelievable. In 1955, a new interstate highway bypassed Sanders' restaurant. Overnight, the traffic that had sustained his business for over 2 decades disappeared. He was forced to sell the restaurant at auction. After paying off his debts, Harland Sanders was left with almost nothing. He was 65 years old. Most people would have called it a life. He had built something, lost it, and society would have completely understood if he retired quietly on his small Social Security check. Instead, Sanders made a decision that defines this entire story. He believed his fried chicken recipe was valuable enough that other restaurant owners should pay him to use it. So he got in his car with a pressure cooker, a case of spices, and drove from town to town, restaurant to restaurant, cooking his chicken for owners and asking them to license his recipe. For the next 2 years, he slept in his car more nights than in a bed. He cooked free samples in restaurant kitchens that weren't his own. And over again, restaurant owners said no. By the time he found his first yes, a restaurant owner in Salt Lake City named Pete Harmon, he had been rejected 1,009 times. Here's the psychological shift that made this possible. Sanders treated every rejection as information, not as identity. No. Told him something about that specific restaurant, that specific owner, that specific moment. It told him nothing about whether his chicken recipe was good. He had already tasted the proof of that himself, 9 years in the making. Most people quit rejection not because the rejection itself is unbearable, but because they let each no chip away at their belief in the product, the idea, or themselves. Sanders separated the two completely. The recipe was proven. The rejections were just noise on the way to finding the right partner. Lesson 4. One yes is worth more than 1,000 no's. In 1952, Pete Harmon in Salt Lake City became the first restaurant owner to say yes to Sanders' recipe. Sanders' deal was simple. He would receive a nickel for every piece of chicken sold under his name, just 5 cents. That one single yes changed everything. Harmon's restaurant sales tripled within a year of adding Sanders' chicken. Word spread. Other restaurant owners who had said no started reaching back out. By 1963, there were over 600 KFC franchise locations across the United States and Canada, all built from that one nickel per piece deal with one man who said yes in Salt Lake City. In 1964, at the age of 74, Harland Sanders sold the Kentucky Fried Chicken Corporation for $2 million. He continued as the brand spokesman and quality controller until his death in 1980. Today, KFC operates more than 28,000 restaurants in over 145 countries. His face, the white suit, the black string tie, the goatee remains one of the most recognized brand logos on the planet. The lesson is this: success is not about your ratio of yeses to nos. Nobody remembers Sanders' 1,009 rejections. The entire world remembers the one yes that came after. You do not need most people to believe in you. You need exactly one right person, one right moment, one right yes, and the willingness to still be standing when it finally arrives. Summary. Let's bring this together. Harland Sanders failed at nearly every job he tried for 40 years. He spent 9 invisible years perfecting a recipe nobody asked for. At 65, with nothing left, he drove across America collecting rejection after rejection, 1,009 of them. And one single yes from one restaurant owner in one city built an empire that now feeds millions of people every single day. 4 lessons to take with you. 1. Your past failures are research, not a verdict on your future. 2. Mastery happens in the invisible years nobody is watching. Trust that phase. 3. Every rejection is data about that moment, not a judgment on your worth or your idea. 4. You only need one yes. Stop counting the no's. Start looking for the one. Tell me honestly in the comments, how many no's have you collected so far on your journey? Whatever that number is, Colonel Sanders had you beat by a long way, and he still found his yes at 65 years old. If this story gave you the push you needed today, subscribe to the Summary Society. Every week we bring you stories like this one, proof that it's never too late, and rejection is never the end of the story.